Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Quita, and on this video we're doing another planner DIY. I really love doing planner DIYs. I just haven't quite had my mojo lately for some reason, but we're going to get back into them. So we're going to make an undo list. So I thought it'd be super fun to come up with a list of things that I want to stop doing. We all have some things that we want to stop doing for one reason or another, and I am no different. So that's what we're doing today. But first, if you're new here, stick around, please. I hope you'll consider subscribing and also giving me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoy it. So let's jump on into the undo list. If you want to see that, make sure to stay tuned. All right, so once again, we're going to be doing an undo list. I'm really excited about this and kind of sharing with you guys some things I want to stop doing this year. And so we are going to transition to my desk and my overhead view so that we can do this DIY. So if you want to do it with me, pull out your sheet of paper, your stickers, your washi, your pen, all of that good stuff so that we can create this list. We're going to make it decorative, of course, because we want it to look cute, so that we want to look at it and make sure we're on track with those undo goals, if you will. And so let's go ahead and transition over there so that we can do some hands-on stuff and start creating this page. All right guys, so first and foremost, I have a cheat sheet. I've got my cloth and paper sticky notes, which I adore, by the way. Look how chic they are. So these are available from Cloth and Paper. I will leave a link below, but I have a cheat sheet so that way I know what I'm covering in this video, and I just wrote down my top 10 things that I want to undo. I do have more than this that I want to undo, unfortunately, but I thought I would just write down the top 10. So that's what we're going to be discussing today, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to write it all in and just keep track of it to make sure that I am staying on track with those things or those habits that I want to break. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So first and foremost, I created an insert because y'all know that's just what I do. I create inserts that are functional and that help people, hopefully, and help me. And so today is no different. So we had an undo list that is new and available in my shop. On the front here, there is all of the details to create your undo list, which I'm going to write everything in for you guys today. And then on the back, there's a habit tracker. So that way you can track those things that you want to undo for 30 days and make sure and kind of just check in with yourself to see if you're on track with those things, and just kind of check off those days that you have been sticking to that habit or that thing that you want to undo. So this is how the front looks. And there is a spot here on the side for you to write in that undo list. It says things I want to stop doing. There are 15 boxes here. And then on the right hand side, you can check off the priority. If it's no priority and you're just going to try to just do it over time, there's a spot for none. If it's low priority, meaning that, you know, you want to undo it, but you've got time and it's not like super duper high on the priority list, then you can check off low. If it is medium priority, meaning yes, we really do need to start working towards this, but it's still not high or a low priority, then you want to do medium. And if it's high, meaning you want to stop doing it like now, sister, like now, girl, then you would put high priority. I also have a spot here with a little quote that says you can't do everything, but you can do something. So start there. Don't try to tackle it all. Just start little by little and you will get it. And then there's a place here for an action plan. So that's where you'll write in how you will plan to achieve all of these things. And you probably want to do it at a high level, like an overview level. You can break it down by those specific items, but I would probably just do it at a higher level or more of an overview type of level, as opposed to breaking it down. This is a monthly thing. So you're going to print this out every single month and then go ahead and write in that undo list. And then on the back, you're going to track it all. And then at the bottom that says I can control, so you can write in things that you can control, things you can't control, and then resources like blogs that you like to listen to that have been very helpful, books that may be helpful in this whole journey. You can write in there at the bottom. So that's what we've got here. It is available in half sheet format. I am eventually going to add it into to A5 and classic size format, so stay tuned for that because I know some of you probably will want that. But you can technically just pop this in your classic size happy planner. So I feel like A5 and this were the most urgent, so this is what I'll do first, and then I'll try to tackle some of the other things because I do have lots of things going on with my shops. If you haven't seen it, I've got lots of new releases, so, and we are doing so good with fulfilling. So just saying, the turnaround time is very short right now. And if you are not on my Facebook group, Little Miss Fancy Plans, make sure to join there. I've done, I think, 3 giveaways so far, and that is where I'm doing most of my communication in terms of my shop, and just I am being super interactive there. So I will leave a link below. We've been having a good time, so we would love to have you guys join us. I also did create a whiteboard because I feel like a lot of people may want this because they may not want to print this every single month because it is available in printable format, or they may not want to purchase so many of these or any at all, and they just may want a one and done type situation. Whiteboard is great for that. I am going to be doing a video soon and telling you guys some tips and tricks on how to use a whiteboard in general, and some resources and tools and things that have been helpful to me, so stay tuned for that. So again, same type of format. So sorry for the shameless plug, y'all, but I had to talk you through that part of the process. So now we can move on to writing in this undo list. So let's get started with that. All right, again, I have my cheat sheet here. So these are things that I want to stop doing. So I'm going to first write those in. And y'all, I've been really loving the Papermate pen right here. I had started using this initially and then I stopped for some reason, but I really love this pen. It's medium and it's the felt tip pen. So I keep this in my planner along with the Muji pen that you guys know I really love and enjoy using is in my planner as well. And that's also in my business planner, which has been going strong, by the way, y'all. And I reset this thing up. So comment below and let me know if you want to see how I have this set up now, because I love this Notique planner. It's so pretty. Want to stick with this cover. This is my business and social media planner, but I had to change some things out on the inside. So comment below. Let me know if you want a new flip through of this, and I will do that on my channel. All right, so back to the undo list. Let's first and foremost write in those things that I want to stop doing. The first thing that I want to stop doing is procrastinating. I think we are all probably guilty of procrastinating. Sometimes I just put things off that I know I need to do it. And I think, again, we're all guilty of that, but it's something that I want to work on. I don't think I'll ever stop procrastinating, but I want to get better at it. All right, so that is probably a medium priority because it affects my everyday life. And so I want to work towards that. It's not a high priority because it's not something I'm going to be able to stop doing tomorrow. I want to work at it over time. The second thing I want to stop doing is overspending. My husband gets on my case because I have Amazon packages coming in like legit almost every day. I know, but you know what? I have to say, I've been getting better at it, and you guys know I've been budgeting. So I have my budget planner. You guys know I've been like going hard with that. And so I am getting better at it, but I do want to get like even more, better at it. And so basically I think that budgeting is going to help with that. So that's going to be a part of my action plan down here. And so that, like I said, you can break it down here in terms of all of these things. You can create an action plan for each one of those, or you can just take a few and say, well, this is what I want to create an action plan for because they're the most urgent, or you can do it on a high level overview type level. So those are the options there. And then however else you feel like it will work best for you, you can do that as well. So overspending is a high priority because I want to save more. I have a whole savings goal, and I've been doing really good with my savings goal, y'all. I'm just saying, I've been doing like super duper good, and budgeting has really helped with that. That is what I could really pretty much attribute it to, budgeting. So I would definitely encourage you to. I do have budget inserts in my shop, which are super helpful for me. Everything is neutral in my shop, pretty much with the exception of the covers. I also want to mention, y'all, that I try a new lens out today, so that's why you're getting this super wide angle. So I've had this lens in my collection for some time now. I bought it just for this so that I can have more of a wide angle view, but I've never been using it. So I have like a super duper, I'm going to zoom you out so you can see. Yeah, we don't want you to see too much, but I can go like super duper wide out, and this is as close as I can get. So I'm going to try this lens out for a little bit. The only thing is that when I come up here, it doesn't always autofocus. It takes a little bit of time, but as you can see, it did autofocus. So I may use this for a little bit, but it doesn't give you like a super blurred background. So that's why I use my other art lens, which is fantastic, and it's a little pricey. This one is more on the more cost-effective side. So we're going to try them both out. And we're going to see which one we lean towards. Plus, this one is a lot lighter. I don't know why this video is turning into a photography video, by the way. I'm just saying. I'm talking to you guys, okay? Today is one of those days where I just feel like talking. So both lenses are great. I do have them linked below in the description box, but I'm trying this one out just to see if more of a wide angle view is going to give you guys more of a better view. Although the other one is a great view as well. Sometimes, I don't know. I'm just trying this one out, y'all. That's it, okay? Let me get back to this because I'm going off on a tangent. So overspending, and that's part of the problem. I'm telling you to stop overspending, and I just talked about the 2 lenses that I purchased within the last year. Yeah, okay, stop, Quita. Keep moving forward, okay? So overspending is definitely an issue. Sometimes I have really been doing a great job of budgeting lately within the last month, and I think I've saved in the last month maybe $5,000. And I just only budget for myself and my shop. My husband and I's finances, we do that via a spreadsheet, and we come together and we work all that out separately. So that money that I was able to save is just from my own revenue that has been coming in over the past year or so, but it's really been me tightening up on the budget within the last month. So overspending is definitely still an issue, and so I want to mark it as high priority so that it stays on my radar, because I'm probably going to tend to look at this side of the list first and see what I can tackle from the high priority first, but then of course you still want to be working through those other things. Also, not to say that I am all the time, but sometimes I'm lazy, y'all. I just want to veg out on the couch. I want to get more accomplished during the day. And I don't know, some of you guys may say, girl, you be seeming like you get everything done, but sometimes I feel lazy. So there's really, I guess, a low priority, because it's not, maybe it could be between none and low. So I'll say low, because I don't really feel like I'm that lazy, but I feel like there are moments, and I want to make sure that I'm being more productive. And then also, just to mention, you do have a checklist over here. So when you accomplish those things, you can go ahead and cross it off and be done. And it may creep back up on you again. So just keep that in mind, that, some of these things you'll always have to battle with, but as long as you're working towards them as a goal, I think, you can only just get better from there. So also to mention, that is an U and an N. That's just the font, because I know somebody's going to bring it to my attention, but that's just the way the font looks. So maybe I'll do that in cap. I don't know. I think it might be cap, but hey, this is the font we're working with. I try to keep all my fonts consistent. I already started out using this font and this font, so all of the inserts have those fonts. So I'm just saying, I know somebody's going to say something, so I might as well just say it before you do, okay? So being lazy is a low priority thing, because I don't really feel that lazy, because I feel like I do a lot during the day, but I want to just tighten up on those moments. Next thing is letting my mind wander, y'all. Okay, let me write this in first, because I feel like this is a real issue for me. I probably should have put wandering mind, but I'm just gonna. Okay, so that also is part of not being focused all the time, and sometimes, y'all, I really struggle with that. I could be sitting there listening to somebody or at one of my meetings, and my mind just goes off on a whole tangent. And I want to work on that. And so that is a high priority, because sometimes it really affects me. And I'm supposed to be listening to something, and I'm not. I'm listening to my mind, which is okay if your mind is focused on whatever you're supposed to be focused on. And sometimes I got to admit, I'm way off when it comes to that. And I'm constantly just wondering. I'm off into space sometimes, y'all, and it's horrible. So that's definitely a high priority, because that's something that I notice. I'm starting to notice it, and I don't know if it's just getting older. I don't know, but it's an issue. So that's definitely something I want to undo. And then this is a big one for me. Well, first, let me talk about this one first. Focusing on the negative. I am a super positive person, but sometimes I let negativity creep in. So let me see. Let me write it down. On negative, and I can abbreviate, okay, because I know what that means. And so sometimes I let those thoughts creep in, those negative thoughts come in, especially if someone's super mean to me on social media or something, because that does happen, you guys. There's a dark side of social media that people don't talk about, but it exists, and it's horrible. And I do experience that. I'm not immune to it. And so sometimes things come up, and it's just super negative, and I'm in my feelings. And so I tend to maybe focus on it too much than I should. It doesn't happen that often, because like I said, I like to think I'm a super positive person. person for the most part. Try to look at the glass half full instead of half empty. And so, yeah, it's just me. It's always been me. I was talking to my grandmother the other day, and she said, you just have always been the person that wants to help people and the person that wants to like solve everything and just make everybody come together, have your kumbaya moments. You've just always been that person. And so it's translated, of course, into my adult life. But there are times when I do have super negative moments and I'm just like in my feelings the whole day. And so because it is an issue, I want to identify it and I want to write it in. So focusing on the negative is a low priority for me, but it's still a priority. So that's the next thing. And then this is what I was going to say is a super huge issue for me. And I'm going to tell you why as soon as I write it in. I have a problem with not being a control freak, but not asking for help, especially when it comes to my shop. I think I can do it all. My husband has really stepped in and has really become a source of comfort for me and a source of help and just, being there for me, staying up late with me, working these long hours, getting it all done in addition to his full-time job, might I add. But he has been a real help. But it's time to ask for help, right? I mean, you have to identify when you've reached your capacity. And sometimes I don't always do that. I'll just keep going and going and going. I'll deal with the struggles. I'll deal with the hate. I'll deal with everything that I deal with. And I still don't ask for help. That is a high priority for me. And I'm at the moment now, especially with my shop, I need to ask for help. And so I am working through that now and trying to figure out what I can do to bring someone in so that it's not so much of a burden on my husband. Although he does enjoy certain parts of helping me in my business, it's still a burden because he's got a lot going on as well. And that's unfair. And also takes time away from my kids, my family. If I'm working all night, it doesn't help anybody. So that is probably maybe the top thing right now in my life that's really affecting me is not asking for help. It's okay to ask for help. I need to know that. But sometimes I feel like nobody's going to do it like I am, and I'm going to have to train them. And that's a whole task in itself. And it's just a lot that goes into training someone and getting someone ramped up. And I don't always want to do that. You know what I mean? So whatever, that's my own issue, but I know it's an issue and it's a high priority issue. So I need to work on that like immediately. So yeah, that's just a part of the struggles, right? Of owning a shop and just life itself. So not asking for help is the next thing. The next thing is worrying what others think. I don't always do that. But I do. And you know what? Sometimes I don't think I do, and I really do deep down. So worrying about what others think is definitely a small issue for me. Because I've always been like, whatever, she can think whatever she wants. I'm gonna do me type situation. So it's kind of low for me, but it is creeping in slowly, especially with being so out there with being on social media. You have so many opinions from people. And sometimes, people will share things with you and you're like, oh, and you want everybody to like you. And it's just a lot that goes into this whole social media life. So that's an issue that I need to work on, and you're always gonna, I think, care about what other people think to a degree, but it should be in a healthy way. And I like to think that I have it balanced, but I think that there are some situations where it could be improved. And so it's something that I want to work on. So that's an issue for me right now that I want to undo. And then the next thing is a big issue as well, and that's self-image. I have a good self-image for the most part, but because I'm not where I want to be with my weight, it's getting up there. So we're going to put medium. Because I want to lose weight. I'm starting to feel the unhealthiness of myself and I want to work on that. And so right now, my self-image is not the best in terms of my body and like where I want to be, but overall, like I love myself, you know what I mean? Like I love myself. It's just that, with my image and how I look right now, I want to work towards a more healthy lifestyle and I want to be in a certain place like within the next couple of years. And I don't want to waste the last little bit of my 30s looking a certain way that I feel like I should look better. And I want to be healthy. That's the big thing. Be healthy and just, do more in terms of the health of myself and my family, of course, too, because I want them to create healthy habits. And so healthy eating and working out and all of that stuff is something I definitely want to work on. It's a medium priority because I have a good self-image, but I want to work towards having a better self-image. And then also with self-care. I don't really focus on myself with self-care and like doing things for me. And that's always been an issue for me. And so I said this year I wanted to really work on that. And so I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to, do do more things for myself in 2020. And that's all on me to do. I can't blame anybody for that but me. So self-image is definitely should be on this undo list. Having a better self-image, should I say. The next thing is, and I've talked about this before, and then also at the conference I talked about this, is I won't say I'm like super shy, but I'm more so of an introvert. I'm not like a super duper social person. So I do want to be more social and I want to get out more. I've been attending more events lately, but there was a time, even when I started my channel, like a year into it, where I said, I probably will never go to a planner event. I'll probably never like go to like any sort of meetup or anything. And I was able to attend CPC. As you guys know, I do have 2 more conferences coming up if they happen. I'm not sure if they'll happen. One being Go Wild, and then the next one is I was asked to speak in England, which is super exciting. So we'll see how things progress, because I do know that a lot of stuff going on in the media with the virus that is spreading around, and of course we're not sure how things are going to pan out. So I want to be very sensitive to that. But I am getting out there more, which I'm super proud of myself for. I also want to create a meetup event here in the Atlanta area with 2 of my friends that are going to work with me. So we have that in the works for 2020, and we're hoping that we can achieve that. So I'm proud of myself for getting out there more, but I want to work towards it on a grander scale and just being more social. And the last thing on my list is being a control freak. Okay, so let me disclaim it. I'm not a super big control freak like I just talked about before on not asking for help, but I do tend to not let go of certain things and not delegate. Let's say that's probably more of a better word. I don't really delegate things because I feel like they're not going to do it right, and I want it done right like the first time. And so sometimes I can tend to control things that I should delegate, and so it's not like a super big issue for me. And let me mark off, this is like a medium priority, so I want to work on that. But anyways, control freak. I'm probably using the wrong words here, okay? Because I don't want to say I'm a control freak. I just need to learn how to better delegate tasks that people can do, and they can do the same as me, if not better than me, but I need to just let go. And so that is a super huge issue for me. And so let me write that in. And this is really in random order because some of this stuff should be top and more high. As you can see, this high stuff probably should have been first, medium stuff next, and low. So you can kind of see like where things fall. So this is in no way indicative of, the order in which these things are to be done or to even, or have even affected me in my life. Is just, random order. I'm just saying that. So let me write in control freak. I don't really want to write control freak. Let me put delegating, because I like delegating better, because control freak sounds so bad. Yeah, delegating sounds better. I need to delegate tasks because I don't really always necessarily want to control them. It's just that my mind tells me I need to, and I want to let that go. And again, this is stuff I'm always going to be battling with. It's just that I want to work towards a solution and living a better life and being more well-balanced. Let's just say that. So delegating is high as well, because that kind of goes hand in hand with asking for help. You know what I mean? So yeah. So those are my 10 things. So I'm going to check them off as they go along. You can also write the number in if you just want to number it out and cross it off when you're done. It's up to you. So I've got my list ready. There are 15 spots. So if you have 5 more additional spots, you can go ahead and write that in. I think 10 is good to start with, and I'll add to that as needed. And so now you want to create an action plan. So my action plan, I'm going to pick a couple of things out here that are high priority and create an action plan based off of those. The first being overspending. So when it comes to overspending, my action plan can be budgeting more, making sure I'm consistent with that budget. So overspending, budget, consistent. So once a week. I want to make sure I'm staying on top of that. And then the next thing is letting my mind wander. That is a tricky one. Okay, I have an idea. Okay, especially when it comes to my meetings, my religious meetings is where it really affects me. So what I started to do is leave my phone in the car. So it's all about baby steps, right? Because my phone really distracts me. So we're going to create that. and we'll add to it as needed. Again, this is just on the monthly level, and then next month you're going to create a new undo list. Some of this stuff is probably going to be on that undo list as well, but this is a tracker that's going to track things for a month. So this tracker on the back is just for a monthly tracker. So I just thought I would mention that. So you're probably going to create a new one of these every single month. So that has really been helping me just leave my phone in the car, leave any distractions in the car, and just try to just snap myself into focus mode. But that's a good start. That's a good start. We don't want to overwhelm ourselves with too many things that we can do. We just want to just take baby steps. So let's pick another one. So not asking for help. So what can I do as an action plan to ask for help? I guess ask for help, right? So I guess maybe research, maybe some, well, I don't know if I want to say research. What can I do to undo the fact that I don't want to ask for help? I guess ask for help, right? It's just plain and simple. But be sensitive to it, because I have asked people things in the past and it hasn't gone well. And so just be sensitive to, and have boundaries with who to ask maybe. So that's a tricky one. So I'll have to see how I want to do that. And then let's pick one more, delegating. All right, so I'm thinking there's some things coming up that I want to create. Maybe I can hire someone on Fiverr to do as opposed to try to do it myself. And then when it comes to like social media, I have enlisted my friend and my sister-in-law, and then I just added someone else as an admin to my group because that had been going very well. We love the group, but it was a little bit overwhelming to manage. So I enlisted a couple of people to be an admin as well and to kind of post some things. So that has been a real help. So I have delegated in some areas. So just asking friends maybe, family, and then maybe try to hire someone to do certain things that I know are like busy work. So, and maybe I'll look on Fiverr or I'll poll someone on social media. I've been keeping my eye on some people that I may be asking in the future to help me with some things. So I'm just gonna put hire someone. All right, so we've got our list here. We've got our action plan. Now the action plan isn't as detailed as maybe yours may be, but it is a start. Again, we want to take baby steps. We don't want to go ham and go full out and then not be able to work on these things. So if you guys don't know, I use the Lawrenceville Punch. I do have a video on my channel comparing the Lawrenceville Punch, Happy Planner Punch, and the Arc Disc Bound Punch. This one has seemed to work for me. Y'all, this is what I actually use in my business. I punch about 4 pages at a time. So we are actively exploring another option because that's not gonna work long term, but this is what I use for now. So we've got it punched and we can put it in our monthly. So that way we've got it there. And I'm gonna keep this because it's so cute and I wrote it so cute. And I wanna still remember this when I'm in my business planner. I'm just gonna pop this in my business planner. And since it's a sticky note, it'll just stick right on the page. So I can still remember when I'm in that planner to focus on those things. So let's put it in March. And I have yet to plan for March, y'all. Sometimes, if I'm being honest, I don't always plan on the monthlies. I just plan on my pre-planning pages because that is kind of like a monthly overview. So sometimes I may not dip into this actual spread right here. So that's why it's been blank for this month and I think even last month. And then I've got some good spreads going on, y'all. By the way, this cloth and paper spread, which is this week, has been like probably my most favorite spread. It's just so neutral, and y'all know how I feel about neutral, and it's got a little pop of color right there. So yeah, so we're done. So we're ready to focus on these things. And I might even pop it into my weekly just because I want to remember to look at this on a daily basis and remember where I'm at and check things off as I'm working towards them. And at the end of the month, hopefully all of this stuff will be checked off. But then again, next month, it might be the same old stuff. But at least I can see if I really did a good and I was really diligent about working towards these things and I feel better about them. That's the thing. Do you feel better about them? So that's it, guys. I really enjoyed this video. I feel like I was talking to you guys a little bit more. Hopefully you guys were vibing with me and y'all weren't like, girl, get on with the whole thing, okay? And you talking too much. Hopefully y'all were right there with me. We were connecting, okay? And so that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully this helped you in some way. Again, these are available at my shop. These are from Cloth and Paper. We adore Cloth and Paper stuff. I'm totally obsessed with her right now. Hopefully I always will be, not just right now because her stuff is so neutral. And I say that because, you know, I'm on this whole neutral kick right now, but maybe later I won't be. I have a feeling I will because I just think neutral is life. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below. Let me know if you did. Let me know if it's something you have already implemented, doing an undo list. How has it been working for you? Let me know all the details. I would love to hear from you. Let's do this together, okay? So thank you guys so much for stopping by. And hopefully you guys will come back and join me for another video, in which case I'll see you then.